Peace, 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 love, and blessings. I am Reason, and this is
Peace.
Love Live, and this is Couples and Mental Health. And today, Love is going to ask me a question, and I'm going to answer and get my opinion on how I see it, and then we're going to go back and get her opinion. So what's the question you have for me today?
The question that I have is, how do you feel when you talk about mental health to people and they say that it's not real? It's not a real thing, that mental health is not a real disease or a real sickness.
Oh, this is not a real thing? Oh, okay. Ooh, that's a good question. Well, for me, I have to use other things to compare it, So I know that everything is mental before it's physical.
Right.
So meaning that a thing has to start in your mind. You have to think of a thing. You don't just go and just do something without thinking about it first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this is where everything starts. So I would ask that person, do you agree with that analogy, that everything, that you have to think about something before you go do it? And a person that agrees with that, then they have to agree with the same thing, that a mental illness is possible. Because where it all starts at, before it actually shows itself, it starts inside of the head. So for me, that's how I better explain it to people. Like, if you agree that things start mental before they're physical, then you have to agree that there's such thing as a mental disease, just the same thing it is as a physical disease.
Right. That makes sense. That's have you had any success with convincing people or allowing them to see it a different way?
Yeah. Actually, I've had a lot of success with it, actually, because just being someone who studies the mental a lot, and always striving to make the connection between the mental and the physical with everything that I do. It's kind of easy to talk about those things to people and help them see it. So yeah, I had some success. So with you, same question back to you. How do you feel when you're trying to explain mental health as a real thing to someone and they just don't think it's real?
I first of all, I get offended, right? Because it's an offensive thing, because before, like you talk about physical diseases or that are visible, that people automatically have empathy and sympathy for them because of that. So even nobody has to convince themselves that, or convince somebody else that they have cancer, or like if I say, okay, I need to break the news to you guys, I have cancer, everybody's gonna go, oh my goodness, they're not gonna say
automatic
let me see and make sure a doctor said that that was a real thing. They have automatically. So
automatic
them not like people not believing it's an actual thing is offensive. But I have to take my emotion out of it, right? I have to get out of the emotion mind. And so getting out of the emotion mind, it's I would just I just have
the picture.
leave that in.
Right.
He don't even let me have happy hands. So anyway, I will explain, I'll explain kind of my situation or what I've been through, and the fact that I wasn't really a believer in the beginning, as well. Like I used to think that, that people were, faking crazy or something like that. And not until I had to experience it for myself, or it touched in our household, did I actually have to recognize that it was a real thing. So I think that's, you have to bring up maybe, okay, that aunt that you just say is a crazy aunt. You think that she wants to be like that? They'll be like, and try to point out somewhere where they see an actual person.
When they know somebody, they can relate.
Something, that they know, because everybody has that crazy aunt, or everybody everybody has somebody. And so if you can connect it to the fact that, okay, your aunt didn't want to, throw the turkey on the floor at Thanksgiving, but she, she got angry and couldn't control her anger. Right. You think there's not, that is something that is wrong with her. Like there's something wrong in the brain. And so to kind of just relate to, try to relate to people that, like the actual in it.
Right.
And even to really, I don't think my mom was a real believer in it.
No,
right?
She wasn't.
So just to be honest, so I'm just gonna say she wasn't a believer, even though she could be questionable herself.
She was like, just get over it.
And she just it's always just push it to the side and get over it. And for a long time, my mom, my own just a personal experience, my mom acted like she didn't even act like she understood. She said she understood, but her actions showed that she didn't understand.
Right.
And I think that for her, in order to, she believes it now and she knows it now to be a fact, but I think she had to be around and be present and watch the struggle that I've been through
Right.
in order to have my great days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's the actual, you know, like her being involved and her maintaining that relationship and seeing what it looks like and seeing when I have a good day and seeing when I crash out. And, you know, being able to see those different phases, it actually allowed her to accept the fact that mental health is real.
Right.
And that, you know, it's something that you have to work hard for every day in order to, you know, stay in recovery. And I don't mean like recovery from drugs, but, you know, like mental health, when you have a mental health issue, you don't have episodes, for example, if you have manic episodes or something, you don't have those for a long period of time, you essentially go into recovery or remission from them. And then, you know, like if it happens again, it's a kind of a relapse. So it's the same kind of thing, like you think about like the AA or NA and, you know, like I had this many days sober, mental health, like a lot of people that are involved in that.
That's an interesting look at
it. Yeah, but a lot of people that are involved in, you know, like the actual mental health community, with, you know, like if you say you do a group therapy session or something, somebody will be like, oh, well, you know, like I've been, you know, episode free for 232 days, you know, like, and it's an exciting thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So I got off topic, but I'm just saying that.
I understand. That's good. That's good, Jules. Though I like that. Though I know I can.
So, being, you know, like just having to for my mom, having her to have to actually experience, you know, she's seen some ugly things with me. You know, as of, you know, over the last couple of years when we lived closer, she was able to kind of see where I was coming from, what I was going through, and become a believer, so much to make her want to go out and kind of explore her mental health. And so that made, you know, like to be able to touch somebody that's so close, you know, like within me and my family, like that made me feel good that, you know, like it allowed her to explore her. So not only is she a believer, but she's actually wanted to make sure that she's in a stable situation and she's not acting crazy as well, I guess.
Yeah. Cool. That's it right there. That's a good, you know, that's a good filler, good topic. You know, I hope that what we was building on can touch, you know, help somebody touch a lot of bases with some people, help strengthen up our mental health community, possibly help people, you know, how communicate better with their.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, hopefully that maybe just, you know, watching this video will allow you to even have enough courage to bring up the conversation of mental health.
Because I know a lot of people scared.
And you know, like a lot of people have the faux pas therapy and all of those things. So, you know, like maybe, I don't know, I like to watch these kind of videos, especially like with just little random people on like YouTube and stuff. They're helpful. So hopefully it will touch somebody and it might allow them to have the courage to help somebody else understand.
All right, thank everybody for tuning in. Peace, love, and blessings. Give us a like, give us a subscribe, tap in. Got any questions, any topics that you might want us to touch on from our life experiences, we'll do it. Peace.